Welcome to the Office of Assessment's training video on Blackboard Planning. Blackboard Planning is a software platform that serves as the assessment plan management system at Sam Houston State University, and it is used to document, organize, and manage assessment plans. Throughout this training, you will learn how to navigate the system and how to use primary features to effectively manage assessment information. In this training, we will cover several important topics. First, we will discuss the difference between Blackboard Planning and an assessment plan. Understanding this distinction is critical because the software is merely a tool used to document and organize the items that comprise an assessment plan. Next, we will review how to navigate to the software platform and how to access your assessment plan. We will then review how to generate assessment plan reports, view plan items, edit existing items, delete items, add new items, and establish relationships between items. Finally, we will explore several optional features available within the system. Before learning how to use the software, it is important to understand the difference between Blackboard Planning and an assessment plan. Although the two are connected, they are not the same thing. This distinction helps ensure that assessment efforts focus on meaningful improvement rather than simply entering information into a software platform. Blackboard Planning is a software tool used to document and organize assessment plan items containing assessment information. Its primary purpose is to provide a centralized location for entering, organizing, and maintaining assessment plan items. Specifically, the software allows users to enter individual assessment plan items, organize these items, store assessment records, generate reports, monitor assessment activities over time, and provide documentation to support accreditation and continuous improvement efforts. While the software serves as a valuable organizational tool, it is important to remember that the system itself does not create or generate a high-quality assessment plan. Rather, it serves as a repository for documenting assessment work. An assessment plan is much more than a collection of entries in a software system. An assessment plan is a documented framework that outlines what will be assessed, how it will be assessed, how success will be determined, and how findings and results will be used to improve programs, services, or operations. A typical assessment plan includes goals, objectives, measurement methods, success benchmarks, findings or results, actions for improvement, and plan for continuous improvement elements. In short, the assessment plan represents the assessment process itself, while the software serves as a tool for documenting that process. Now that we've defined what an assessment plan is, let's review the individual components that, taken together, comprise an assessment plan. Understanding the definition of an assessment plan is important, but it is equally important to remember that an assessment plan is a connected framework of assessment components working together to evaluate and improve effectiveness. This diagram illustrates the structure of a typical assessment plan for an academic program. While the mission or purpose serves as the foundation of the assessment process, the assessment plan itself begins with the goals that support that mission. From those goals, specific learning objectives are developed that describe what students are expected to know or be able to do. Each learning objective is paired with an indicator and a criterion, which, taken together, define how achievement of the learning objective will be measured and what level of performance represents success. Once measurement occurs, the process produces findings that provide evidence of student learning. Those findings then inform actions, the decisions, changes, or improvements made in response to the results. Together, these components contribute to a plan for continuous improvement, reinforcing that assessment is not a one-time activity, but an ongoing iterative process designed to strengthen teaching, learning, and program effectiveness over time. The underlying assessment process and assessment plan for administrative and support units mirror that for academic programs. The difference between academic program and non-academic unit assessment plans resides solely in the terminology. As with academic programs, the mission or purpose serves as the foundation of the assessment process and provides direction for the goals that support the unit's work. The first terminology difference appears at the objective level. Whereas academic programs develop learning objectives that describe what students are expected to know or be able to do, administrative and support units develop performance objectives that describe the outcomes, services, processes, or operational results the unit seeks to achieve. The second terminology difference appears in the method of measurement. Academic programs use indicators and criteria to define how achievement of a learning objective will be measured and what level of performance represents success. Administrative and support units use key performance indicators, or KPIs, and targets to serve the same purpose for performance objectives. The third terminology difference appears when reporting assessment outcomes. Academic programs report findings that provide evidence of student learning, while administrative and support units report results that provide evidence of unit effectiveness and performance. Beyond these terminology differences, the assessment process remains unchanged. Results inform actions, actions support improvement, and the cycle continues through an ongoing plan for continuous improvement. Regardless of whether the assessment plan belongs to an academic program or an administrative or support unit, the ultimate purpose remains the same: to evaluate effectiveness, inform decision-making, and promote continuous improvement over time. The distinction between Blackboard planning software and an assessment plan cannot be emphasized enough. It is important to remember that they are not the same thing. The software can store and organize the individual components of an assessment plan and compile these components into a narrative assessment plan report. However, it cannot determine whether those items are meaningful, aligned, complete, or useful, nor can the software create a high-quality assessment plan. The quality of an assessment plan reports depends entirely on the quality of the information entered into the system. A strong assessment plan results from thoughtful assessment activities, meaningful analysis, and intentional improvement efforts. An assessment plan is the framework that guides how a program or unit evaluates and improves its effectiveness. The software is simply the tool to document this work. Now that we have discussed the purpose of the software and its relationship to the assessment process, let's review how to navigate to Blackboard Planning. Begin by navigating to Sam Houston State University's homepage at shsu.edu. This is the starting point for accessing Blackboard Planning. From the SHSU homepage, click Tools and Support, then select Site Directory. This will take you to a page containing the SHSU website directory. Within the site directory, scroll down the page and select Assessment. This will take you to the Office of Assessment's homepage. On the Office of Assessment's homepage, locate and click on Blackboard Planning to proceed to the Software Access page. Next, select Access Planning. Depending on your browser settings and authentication status, you may be prompted to sign in using your SHSU credentials. Once authenticated, you will be directed to the Blackboard Planning software platform. Once you have successfully logged into the system, the next step is to locate your assessment plan. In the following section, we will review the basic steps to navigate to the plans you have access to. Although the examples shown throughout the remainder of this training video are from an academic program, the navigation, functionality, and processes demonstrated are the same for administrative and support units. The primary differences reside in the terminology used in the assessment plan, not in the software's operation. After logging into Blackboard Planning, you will be taken to the dashboard. Although the dashboard contains information and navigation options, no assessment plan work is performed here. Instead, the dashboard serves as a starting point for accessing the various areas of the system. The dashboard also contains information on the assessment cycle timeline and links to several assessment resources. To access your assessment plan, select the Plans icon located on the left side of the screen. The Plans area is where assessment plan information is created, maintained, and reviewed. After you click on the Plans icon, you will see the My Units tab. The My Units tab displays the assessment plans for the academic programs or administrative and support units to which you have been granted access. To access a specific assessment plan, click on the name of the program or unit you wish to review. After selecting your program or unit, the system automatically opens the Plan Items tab. The Plan Items tab displays the individual components that comprise your assessment plan. These items are presented in a list format and include the goals, objectives, measurement methods, findings or results, actions, and the continuous improvement plan elements for your assessment plan. Please note that the order of items displayed in this list cannot be changed. Because the Plan Items tab displays only a list of individual assessment components rather than the assessment plan as a whole, it is helpful to generate an assessment plan report to review the current content of the plan. Assessment plan reports organize individual plan items into a narrative format, making it easier to review the plan as an integrated framework. To generate an assessment plan report, select the Reports tab located near the top of the screen. After selecting the Reports tab, locate the Assessment Plan Summary. This report compiles individual assessment plan items into a narrative format that closely resembles a traditional assessment plan document. Next, locate and click on the View Report drop-down menu associated with the Assessment Plan Summary. This menu provides options for generating and viewing the report. Although the menu includes options for a CSV report and a Word export, the recommended selection is the View Report option. The option to customize dates will be addressed later in the video. Select View Report to generate the assessment plan report. The system will then compile the assessment plan items associated with the selected unit and display them in a report format. This slide contains an example of an assessment plan report. Unlike the Plan Items tab, which displays individual components separately, the report organizes those entries into a structured narrative format and is particularly helpful when reviewing alignment among assessment plan items. Once the report has been generated, you can print or save the report as a PDF document. Remember, however, that while the software can organize assessment plan items into a report, the quality of the report depends entirely on the quality of the information entered into the system. By default, the report displays information associated with the current reporting period. If you would like to generate a report for a previous assessment cycle, select Customize Dates. This feature allows you to specify the reporting year you would like to view. To change the reporting year, click on Customize Dates. When customizing a report date range, change only the year fields. The month and day fields should remain unchanged. After selecting the desired year range, click View Report to generate the report for that assessment period. Now that we have reviewed how to generate assessment plan reports, let's return to the Plan Items tab to view the individual items that comprise an assessment plan. This slide shows the Plan Items tab for an academic program. As mentioned earlier in this video, the Plan Items tab displays a list of individual assessment plan items as separate entries that collectively comprise the assessment plan. For an academic program, the list should include goals, learning objectives, indicators, criterion, findings, actions, and plan for continuous improvement elements. Note that the indicator, criterion, and findings templates is one template that contains 3 items. This example shows the Plan Items tab for an administrative or support unit. Although some of the terminology differs from that used in academic programs, the structure is the same. For an administrative or support unit, the list should include goals, performance objectives, KPIs, targets, results, actions, and plan for continuous improvement components. Note that the KPI target results template is one template that contains 3 items. As with academic programs, these individual items work together to form a complete assessment plan that supports evaluation and continuous improvement. Now that we have reviewed how assessment plan items are organized and displayed within the system, let's review how to modify existing items. Editing plan items allows you to revise existing entries. To edit an existing plan item, locate and click on the item you wish to modify within the Plan Items tab. Once the item template is opened, you may modify the information in the available fields. The most commonly edited fields are the title and description fields. Depending on the type of plan item being edited, additional description fields and drop-down menus may be available for editing. After making your changes, carefully review the information to ensure it aligns with the item definition and is accurate. Unlike other software platforms, Blackboard Planning does not require users to manually save their work. Changes are automatically saved as they are entered. While editing allows you to update existing assessment information, there may be occasions when a plan item is no longer appropriate or needed. In the next section, we will review how to remove plan items from an assessment plan. To delete a plan item, locate and click on the item in the Plan Items tab. After the template opens, scroll to the bottom and click on Delete. After selecting Delete, the system will prompt you to confirm the action. Review the confirmation message carefully before proceeding. If you confirm, the item will be permanently deleted and will no longer be included in the assessment plan. For this reason, users should exercise caution and ensure the item is no longer needed before confirming deletion. As assessment plans evolve over time, programs and units may need to create new assessment plan items such as goals, objectives, measurement methods, and actions. To add a new plan item, begin by locating the Plan Item drop-down menu. This menu contains all available assessment plan item types that can be added within the system. After selecting the Plan Item drop-down menu, a list of available plan items will appear. Review the list and select the type of item you wish to add to your assessment plan. Once a plan item has been selected, the system displays a template containing the fields for that item type. Complete the title and description fields. Note that templates for other assessment plan items may include additional fields and/or drop-down menus that must be completed. Again, you will notice that there is no Save button within any of the templates. As mentioned earlier in this video, Blackboard Planning automatically saves all changes as they are made. As a result, any information entered into a template is recorded immediately, so it is important to review entries carefully as you work. After completing the required information, the new plan item becomes part of the assessment plan and can be viewed within the Plan Items tab. After a new assessment plan item is added in the system, it must be related to the appropriate assessment plan item. These relationships establish the structure of the assessment plan by connecting the separate components into a cohesive assessment framework. Without these relationships, assessment plan items remain disconnected from the overall plan and will not appear appropriately within the assessment plan report. In this section of the video, we will review how to establish relationships between assessment plan items and ensure that the assessment plan is accurately represented within the system. To begin creating a relationship, first locate the assessment plan item that will serve as a starting point for the relationship. Open the item and direct your attention to the Related tab. Under the Related tab, there are two relationship fields: Supports Connected Up and Supported By Connected Down. Focus only on the Supports Connected Up field. This is the field you will use to connect the current plan item to the appropriate item above it in the assessment plan structure. You do not need to be concerned with the Supported By Connected Down field. This field will be automatically populated by the system as relationships are built. In the Related tab, in the Supports Connected Up field, click on Supports. After selecting the Supports feature, you may occasionally see the message, "There are no items available to relate." If this message appears, it does not necessarily mean that no items are available. This commonly occurs when a user has not been logged into the system for a period of time. When this is the case, the system is unable to display the available items that can be related to the current plan item. Fortunately, this issue can be resolved relatively quickly. In the next two slides, we will review the steps needed to restore the list of available items and continue creating the relationship between items. To display the assessment plan items available for creating a relationship, users have two options. The first option is to use the search field located on the left side of the screen. Simply enter the name of your program or unit into the search field and press Enter on your keyboard. The system will locate the appropriate assessment plan and display the assessment items available for selection. The second option is to manually navigate or drill down to the assessment plan through the organizational structure displayed on the left side of the screen. Begin by clicking President Office of, then continue navigating to the appropriate college or division, and then to the department, program, or unit until you reach your assessment plan. Either approach will allow you to locate your assessment plan and display the assessment items available to relate. Once you have located your unit or program, click on the name to display the assessment items available to relate. Once the available assessment plan items are displayed, locate the item you wish to relate to the current plan item. The list may contain multiple assessment items, so take a moment to ensure you are selecting the correct item. Remember that relationships should reflect the structure of the assessment plan and the logical connection between assessment components. After identifying the appropriate item, select it from the list by clicking on the blue square containing a white plus sign. The system will then create the relationship and associate the selected item with the current plan item. After the relationship is created, a green check mark will appear next to the related item. Then click on the Back to Plan item to return to the item template. The item template now displays the related item in the Supports Connected Up field. Now that we have reviewed the core functions for managing assessment plans, let's briefly examine several optional features available in Blackboard Planning. One optional feature in this system allows you to attach files directly to a plan item. This feature allows users to upload supporting documentation related to a specific assessment plan item. For example, users may attach rubrics, survey instruments, spreadsheets, findings and results, or other documents that provide additional context or evidence for assessment activities. To upload a file, select Add File, then proceed as you would when attaching a document to an email message. To organize multiple files, you may also choose to use Add Folder feature. Another available optional feature is located in the Progress field. The Progress field allows users to indicate the current status of a particular assessment plan item. This field is intended for internal tracking purposes and may help users monitor the development or completion of assessment activities throughout the assessment cycle. Selecting the Progress drop-down menu displays 4 available status options: Draft, Ongoing, On Hold, and Completed. How each of these options is defined is determined by your assessment team. Selecting a status option does not affect how assessment plan items appear in the Plan Items tab or within reports. However, some users may find that using the Progress feature is helpful for tracking progress throughout the assessment cycle. After selecting the appropriate progress status, the selected value will appear in the Progress field. As with other areas of the assessment plan management system, changes are automatically saved as they are made. If you choose to use the Progress feature, the selected status becomes visible within the Plan Items view. In this example, notice that the learning objective has been assigned a status of Draft, which appears on the right side of the plan item. This status displays allows user to quickly identify the current status of assessment plan components without opening individual items. As assessment activities progress through the assessment cycle, the status can be updated to reflect the current stage of development or completion. While the Progress feature is entirely optional, it can be a useful organizational tool for units that wish to monitor the status of assessment plan items and track progress over time. The final optional feature allows you to apply filters. The Filter tool allows users to temporarily limit the list of plan items displayed on the screen. This can be especially useful when working with large assessment plans containing numerous items. Users may filter by assessment plan item type, such as goals, learning objectives, indicators, criteria, findings, performance objectives, KPIs, results, or actions. Users may also filter plan items by progress status, draft, ongoing, on hold, or completed. After selecting the desired filter options, click Apply Filters to display only the matching items. To remove all filters and return to the full assessment plan, select Clear Filters. In this training video, we reviewed the purpose of Blackboard Planning, explored the difference between the software and an assessment plan, and demonstrated how to navigate the system, manage assessment plan items, and generate reports. With these foundational skills, you are equipped to document and manage assessment information effectively in Blackboard Planning. If you would like additional support as you develop or refine your assessment plan, the Office of Assessment is available to assist. Please feel free to contact the assessment team or visit the Office of Assessment's website for resources, guidance, and additional tools to support your work.